Just let me know when it's going.
It's ready. It's ready. It's recording.
It's recording. Hey, everybody, it's November 6th, and this is Open Spaces. We are showing the big Gimbalabs project board in Notion. Notion is one of the tools that we use. We're on Zoom right now. You may be listening to us on YouTube. We also have an incredible Discord channel. Please join if you like. If you're interested in what we're doing and you can participate, these sessions are all about the consent-based governance, and this is how we do consent. This is a big board on proposals that are in various stages in that sort of consent and progress. So here are some of the ones that are in progress, like our PBLs. The one that I'm most focused on, particularly right now, is the DREP community platform. Right now, actually, this hosting open spaces. So this is the sort of heartbeat of Gimbalabs. This is how we coordinate everything in this big, beautiful, decentralized community. Um, and in this which spaces, we have this meeting board. You can see all of the people and all of the discussions that we've had. This is our super skookum. I don't know if you guys are from Alaska or the West. That means awesome. A skookum project management. And these are the projects that we are on the agenda for today. The Which Spaces Fund 14 proposal. We're still in the statement of milestones section, and Harsha and I are working on that. James has a new proposal to bring to us about the domain name service command line interface development and some Cardano Go course updates. Um, I didn't see Alex, but Alex had something about like a little governance mini workshop, a course building proposal, interestingly enough. And Gideon wrote in Discord, and that's how you can get on this agenda during the week. You can write to me or Harsha, and we'll drop it in for you if you don't have a Notion account. All right. So, does anyone, Harsha, does
Yeah.
anyone have any other agenda setting stuff? This is the time that we get in and hey, is there anything that we missed or we need to add? And I'd like to go through them in this order. With spaces first, with Harsha, the DNS CLI development with James, and then Gideon, who I saw was here. Um, I'd like for him to go after that. And Gideon, does that sound good? Are you ready to give a little presentation? Still on mute. You can welcome to come off mute.
Right.
Oh, hey man.
Um, like, do you want me to know?
Sound is a little bit off, but
No, Gideon.
All
I
right.
think it'll happen like somewhere at the end of the space because we have three more proposals before yours. Is that cool?
All right. All right. All right. No problem. Yeah,
Okay.
that is
Perfect.
cool.
Okay.
and if you have a link, drop it in the chat, and I can put it into the board. If we don't get to it today, we'll definitely get to it next time.
All
All
right.
right.
Should I start off with which spaces?
Yeah, let's jump in. Let's jump in. I do want to say hi to Lucas and James and Lewis and Emmanuel and the folks that are here.
And Samuel also is can come off mic.
Yeah, if he's gotten back, yeah, everybody's good and checked in. I think you can drop in the chat and let's hear from the Fun 14 Which Spaces.
All right.
Hello,
And
hello.
Hey, hey.
I hear Lewis. Beautiful man.
I just had to say hi.
Good to hear from you.
Newman, if you stop sharing your screen, I'll share mine.
Okay, here we go.
Hey. So from last week, so we have proposed a couple of spaces last week, which were the Gimbalabs open spaces, which is a mandatory space for our governance. And we also proposed community code review, mesh live coding, and today we are going to propose a new space which is called Gimbalabs Cross 45B. So open spaces doesn't have any blockers. Community code review doesn't have any blockers because the facilitators are decided. So me, Newman, and Lewis will mostly be facilitating community code review, and mesh live coding will be facilitated mostly by Emmanuel Timsar and Nature Dopes, Andrew, and I will help them co-facilitate the space as well. And the last space we wanted to add was Gimbalabs Cross 45B. So for anyone who doesn't know 45B, 45B is basically like a entrepreneurial hub. So if there are like small businesses or aspiring entrepreneurs out there, 45B basically brings them into the system, connects them and helps them understand Web3 and helps them get through their journey of entrepreneurship. So we want to conduct one season of Gimbalabs Cross 45B. And what does that entail? It basically entails, how many sessions is this? 1 second. It basically entails 18 sessions of 45B sessions. So it starts from like the early stages of the entrepreneur's journey till one of these three things happen. Either they drop off, either they start their business, or the last option is that they put in a proposal for either Catalyst or Y Combinator or something. So that's the complete journey of the entrepreneur. So what 45B would be needing from Gimbalabs is these three things. Social media attention. So we'll be providing 45B with social media attention, as in we'll be posting about 45B spaces from the Gimbalabs account. The second thing is we will be creating a channel called Gimbalabs Cross 45B on the Gimbalabs YouTube channel. Gimbalabs Cross 45B playlist on the Gimbalabs channel. And the last thing, which I think is pretty exciting, is to provide artistic support. And that just means Gimbalabs will be providing 45B 1 or 2 directors for this series. And their job is basically to track the narratives of each of these entrepreneurs that will be going through the 45B cohort sessions, and build like a narrative story, a visual narrative story for them, for each of these entrepreneurs. They'll be working with 45B's editor. And Gimbalabs will be providing a small budget of 150 ADA per week for these directors, 1 or 2 directors, but the total amount they'll be getting is 150 ADA per week for the both of them. And this one will be adding a budget of 3,000 to the previously suggested 8,000 budget. So it'll be around 10,000, or sorry, it'll be adding about 2,000 to the budget. So I'll directly go to the budget. So it'll be adding 2,300 ADA to the budget, 50 ADA for the social media support, and 150 ADA for the directors. This is a non-technical position, and a couple of community members have previously asked for non-technical roles in Gimbalabs. I think this director role would be perfect for them. And this will add the budget of 2,300 from what we asked previously. So the total budget would be 10,500 for this proposal. Lucas, let me know if I missed anything. Did I miss anything?
Hey everyone. No, I think overall we've covered everything. Very excited. I was mentioning this initiative last week here, and I'm very excited to be collaborating with you guys. So one thing that maybe we spoke and that you didn't mention is that as these entrepreneurs understand what they can do in Web3, Gimbalabs can be there to give some technical oversight and maybe orientation for partners that can deliver or assess deeply the technical viability, or because what we're doing is basically explaining the difference between an NFT or a fungible token, smart contract, or metadata that's persisted on chain. So it's really just concepts.
Love it.
Cheers.
Yep.
Yeah, well done. Well done, you two. Let's
Thanks.
have let's do a little clarifying question round. Now, the idea of this consent process, it's not to say, oh, you like it or you don't like it, or I'm voting for it or I'm not voting for it. It's really to surface uh, tensions or objections. And you actually want to find objections. Objections are good because it helps to sort of clarify or improve the proposal. It's really about safety. Is this project safe enough to try? It's one of the phrases that we use. Safe,
Yeah.
good enough for now.
Safe
Good enough for
to
now
try.
means and safe enough to try.
Yeah.
So
So I
let's
think
yeah
objections are, and this is just like something that I think.
yeah
Objections are basically risks that we identify so as not to drain out the treasury. That's what I think, or human resource.
yeah yeah to drain the financial resources or the human resources because there's only so many people that are here, and there's only so much uh, uh, money in the treasury. In our case, ADA. So let's have a little round.
Sorry, just one more clarification.
Yeah.
This will actually be the second cohort of our funded proposal to run these workshops. And so what we've been doing so far is really just run the calls in Google Meets. We keep them closed. We don't publish them. And we've been having trouble exactly with this. What you guys are going to help with is pinpointing these scripts, this narrative or directors, like Harsha was saying. So it doesn't feel, we've taken care to make sure it doesn't overlap with the funded part of running the sessions. You would be just helping to have that pilot learner from your side that helps as a director and giving us a list of the snippings, for example, so we can produce that video, but the video editing will be from our side. And also, yeah, you will be helping giving more promotion to the course would be the second cohort of 5 cohorts that we're funded to run. In parallel with your cohort, we're going to be running another one in Portuguese as the first one. And so this one is going to differ from the first Portuguese cohort in the sense that the first one was really just focused on Portugal, and now we're going to go to any Portuguese-speaking countries in the world. So we really want your help as well to find learners, Portuguese learners from the world.
Awesome.
Thanks. Sorry.
All right. Are we ready for a quick round? There's a good number of folks here. So, you can pass or just make a short question. We're going to answer. So we won't answer the questions one by one. We'll wait until the end. And yeah, I think that gets it. Harsha, does that sound right and ready for a clarifying question round?
Yes, absolutely.
For me, I'm going first. I just want to know. I put myself in as somebody interested in being a director. And the way I understand it is that I'll be providing support and I don't want to say mentorship, but somehow engage with these entrepreneurs as they go through the process. And that I feel like the objection is, hey, we need to have at least 3 people interested. That would then it would be sort of
it's
safe
one
for
or
me.
two. It's one or two.
Right.
So if it's just you, it could just be you. If no one else is
Oh,
interested,
interesting.
but if there is one other person interested, it'd be cool. Just because the expectation is that you would be attending all of these sessions, and they are 3
Right.
hours per week.
Yeah. So with this, and the sessions would be okay. So
Yeah.
that's a good one. Let's go on to the next. Adrian and then Andrew. Any clarifying questions about the proposal and the new 40? Any in the whole which spaces, or about this 45B and Gimbalabs section?
Everything clear. Pass.
Okay. Thanks, Adrian. Andrew, and then Ayomi.
No, nothing. I haven't got a question that springs to mind. I'm sure by the time you get to the end of the queue, it will. So,
Sure enough. Sure.
So just pass on to the next person. It's fine.
Okay. Ayomi, then Emmanuel. Thanks, Andrew.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Hey.
It's good to be here again. Um, that's all I want to say.
I'm sorry, what was it? What was this?
So
I
I
thought
am
you wanted me to just introduce myself.
Oh, no, asking for any clarifying questions about this about the proposal, the switch spaces and adding this 45B entrepreneur uh cohort
Johnny. Yeah.
journey. Yeah,
Oh, actually, I joined late, so I didn't follow up.
sure enough. Yeah.
But I am
If you
I
have a
think you should take a look at this proposal, specifically the Gimbalabs class 45B part, because it's like a non-technical role that is being asked for. So you might be interested, you and Jethro, if he's around, because they ask for non-technical stuff. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yep. So
Okay.
yeah, so take a peek and we'll come back to you at the end. And Emmanuel and then Gideon. Nice, thanks, Naomi.
Yeah, nothing on my side for now. Nothing, no question.
Okay, perfect. And Gideon and then James.
Yeah, no question. No question.
Okay. James and then Lewis. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, same. It's a very clear proposal. My only concern is I would love to see the names of who's responsible. So I think Harsha mentioned that Emmanuel and Andrew would run Mesh Live coding, for example, but anywhere we know names just to make sure it's visible here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So it should be here, right here, timeline.
Yeah,
There it is. Okay. I was looking at the section above. Got it. Thank you.
yeah. And Lucas, you got your hand up. If you want to jump in now,
Yeah,
that'd be okay if you
very
want to.
quickly. So I noticed Samuel was mentioning in the chat, it's the first time he's hearing about 45B. 45B is basically myself and
Oh,
a number of people that sometimes help on funded proposals or voluntarily. It's something that spun off Gimbalabs to focus and cater a bit more for the non-technical or entrepreneurial side. For example, now you see in Catalyst, they're pushing for proposals to build platforms that actually gather users and serve users. And usually the difference is that they know how to cater to the technicals and to the go-to-market. And so business model is something that we're also going to be covering in these workshops a bit.
okay. Samuel gives a thumbs up. Cool. Lewis and then Nelson.
Thank you. Thank you. I just have one question. I'm not really sure if I understood it right. So when you talk about directors, right, are these guys following the guys who are doing non-technical stuff or
So
yeah.
so
Yeah.
so so this is my vision. If Lucas has a different vision, he'll come off mute and he'll say it. So my vision is that the director's job is to understand the entrepreneur's journey. So there's a cohort of like 15 people or whatever, right? So each person starts off without knowing much about the blockchain, and the end goal is they either drop off, they put in a Catalyst proposal or a Y Combinator proposal or one of those proposals, or they start their business. So these are the only three outcomes as far as I see. So you're basically tracking these people's journeys. And then you're eventually creating like a storyline that'll be used by 45B for promotion and even by Gimbalabs for promotion and things like that. And we'll be putting it into our playlist on Gimbalabs channel. And also you'll be working with 45B's editor, who's a very experienced editor as well.
So
Look,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
something like the entrepreneurs giving out testimonials and then the directors take note of the testimonials, or that's just an
Well,
example I'm
let,
using.
let me just separate a bit between both things.
Mm.
The director is someone from Gimbal Labs that would be like a mystery learner, a secret agent from the Gimbal Labs side that will pose almost as a learner. Of course, to see it from their eyes, to be in all the sessions, to understand what the way we are presenting the journey to them. That's one thing. And then the outputs from our actual learners, even in the Catalyst proposal that was funded, we don't really release anything to YouTube or anything like that. We basically record an initial testimonial from the standard learner, saying their background and their expectations, and we record a slightly longer final testimonial from the learner, saying what he learned, what he found about Web3, and focusing on one specific use case that he could see himself as building. It's this type of pilot ideated project that they could record, that they could consider applying that to Techstars or Catalyst or something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. That
Cheers.
makes sense.
That's interesting. I love the idea of a secret agent mystery shopper. You guys know what a mystery shopper is? It's basically like a user test. They send in somebody into a business, and they go through the user story or the
I
user
used to
journey.
get paid for that, by the way. I used to get
I
paid
wondered.
$15 per hour for that.
Oh, okay. Now I'm
So,
really interested. I've always wanted to be a mystery shopper.
so
Go ahead,
do
Emmanuel.
you need qualification?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Oh,
so
sorry,
on
sorry.
Uh,
Two people were
okay.
talking. I missed it. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Emmanuel. And then I think I heard and then the next person. I think it might
Yeah.
have been Lewis.
Yeah, so on this entrepreneurial role, I'm actually thinking it will be something, maybe one of what we are building, for example, Blockprint right now. Maybe it will be helpful for us in knowing how to, shaping this community building and getting it into the entrepreneurship. And I don't be, but I will be nominating Jethro with Newman if there is no other person interested. Maybe Jethro will be
Yeah,
interested in also taking up
absolutely.
this
Yeah.
role and using it to help us in building Blockprint as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So my initial thoughts were Newman, Jethro, and Iomi. So yeah. Is it Iomi? Am I getting that name right? Yeah, Iomi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so those were my three initial picks. But if anyone else is interested, come in. We'll figure it out. We'll push out like old people like Newman and all of them. So,
Yeah, that's so true. Um, yeah, Iomi gives a heart and Jethro gives a thumbs up. Let's if you're willing to commit, that definitely removes a big blocker.
yeah, if you are willing to commit, I will put your names down right now, whoever is interested.
Yep. And then wait a minute, are we at the end of our round? Let's see.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think we might have hold on. Oh, Nelson and then Sam.
Nothing much from my side. Yeah, pretty clear on the proposals. All good.
Yeah, for sure. And Sam, what about your crew? Does this make sense to you? And you got some input? Perhaps somebody that you might know for a director position in this way?
I don't know about director. I'd have to learn a lot more about what it is that they do, but it's definitely a need we've noticed in the community as far as like enterprise level support. It's one of the things we've kind of been a little disappointed from like Intersect and some of the other community what would I say? Community entities, right? So
Right.
it's definitely something that we need. And if it'll bring visibility and like a more cohesive strategy to the marketing for Gimbalabs and the stuff you guys do, I think that's a good thing. So everything sounds good to me. I just want to learn a little bit more about the whole 45B thing. It's definitely something I think we need though. And we've been having to kind of run around like chickens with our heads cut off, figuring out all the small business stuff. And yeah, I mean, dude, it's a lot, a lot of these founders. Yeah.
Yeah, Samuel. So the cohort will be opening pretty soon. So I think it'll be a good idea for anyone from your community that wants like support in starting off their business to apply to the cohort.
Okay. I'll definitely have to, we'll probably connect about this afterwards. Lucas, are you going to be around after Open Spaces?
I'm outside at the moment. Maybe I'll take some time to get to my home and then I'll be around. But
All
I'm
good.
gonna drop my links in the chat and please reach out on Telegram for example.
Okay.
And
Thanks for
following up
being interested.
and following up for that, because the things that we focus on are opportunities for the community. And that's, Gimbalabs and the wider, what did I call it? What did somebody call it? Arm's reach networks, like the people that are in arm's reach of us.
Yeah.
And so perhaps there's an opportunity not to be necessarily this sort of Gimbalabs funded director, but an actual 45B entrepreneur. Is
Oh,
that
100%. Like the cohort. So when Lucas told me about the cohort, the first thing I thought about is all the teams are created in Africa who are all building
yeah.
stuff. I think they would like greatly benefit with Lucas's outside non-technical entrepreneurial stuff.
Cool. Okay, so that's like another opportunity, not necessarily a part of this Which Spaces proposal, because this
It
is
is
just about
it is
sort
exactly that, but that is a part of the Which Spaces proposal. Like,
ah,
yeah, the whole
okay.
thing. Yeah, the whole thing is.
All right. Meaning that there's an opportunity to be a director, but then there's also an opportunity to be in the other side.
Yeah,
Am I
there's
understanding it correctly?
exactly.
Okay. I am, I think, I think I'm ready to consent. I don't think we found any objections. Um, uh, None are jumping out. Other than let's circle back to Jethro and Naomi. Do you think you could participate in this project for 3 hours a week for that 150 ADA per week? Naomi says a
Yes,
thumbs up.
yes.
Cool. Yeah, I think that would be a really good one. And Jethro, what do you think? And
Yes, yes. I don't
So
know. Can you
okay,
guys hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yes, yes.
Yeah, just to be clear, it's 150 for the both of you. So it'll be 75 for each of you, okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
all right. Let's put them
All
down
right,
and
I am excited, so I'm gonna put them down right away. And you will have to
so
coordinate about the timings with Lucas. Let's
yeah.
see. So be kind to them, Lucas. Don't put it at midnight, 2 a.m. or something.
Right.
Yeah,
And I
we'll all keep checking each other and help stuff.
and I do want to get into the record and on the YouTube is that Lucas has been a diehard long time community contributor in several different communities and has always been focused in on this very tight. He's always had a very clear focus on entrepreneurial Cardano help over several different projects that all are very tightly scoped on this. And I know that I have a high confidence that it'll be successful and it'll be a good time. For the folks that don't know Lucas or 45B, they've been around for as long as I've been here, and yeah, I'm looking forward and super glad that we were able to get this done.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm really happy about this.
Nice.
All right, I feel like we can consent to this section. And Harsha, does that sort of wrap up the whole Which Spaces? Do you feel like you can?
Yeah, so I feel like
Yep.
I missed one thing. So with the social media support for Gimbalabs Cross 45B, you and me will just be adding a couple more tweets, just like we do every week.
Tweets. Excellent.
Yeah, and we'll be
Yep.
getting 50 ADA per week for that.
Excellent. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Let's go back over to our Notion and Harsha, I can share the screen
Yeah, one
and
second. Let me stop sharing.
let's go to the next one, which I think will be James and our
Are
domain
we
name service.
consented or yeah, I didn't hear James talking. Like, did we go through everyone?
Yeah, well, we had a clarifying round, and I guess we can ask for objections and do another very lightning round, or just ask for the thumbs up or some type of emoji or something in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm reacting in the chat. Thumbs up. You can put in the chat. Lewis has got a thumbs up. James is celebrating. Yep, Manuel's there. Nelson's got a good thumbs up. Okay, Jethro's on it. He's gonna do director role. Okay, yeah, I feel like that's consented to. There are no objections, and so there's not like the consent is asked for by the proposers, and we as a community don't say yes or no. We just say, hey, we don't have any objections. This is safe enough to try. When we come up with objections, then like changes are made uh, so that the risk is reduced. And now that we have 3 people that are interested in fulfilling those roles, and we have solid commitments from folks, we know that the risk is low. And the we've made improvements in the proposal. That's the process. All right, let's do it again. Hey, let's keep it going. We've got over 45 minutes. Let's keep it going. I wonder if James is ready for the domain name service one.
Sure, let's do it.
I
I'll
don't.
share screen over here.
Perfect.
And just to give everybody context, we were just looking at the projects board with Newman. And did we just move the F14 one? Where is that? There it is. Yep. We're
Oh, let's do it. You want to do it for us?
No, it's done. It's planning. You guys moved it already. So great. So there it is. We're now going to talk about this one, DNS CLI development and Cardano Go course update. Here is the published link if anybody wants to follow along. If I could just find my chat window.
I can get it in there.
All right. Got it. All right, so I'm just going to go through this proposal from the top because I know it's new to people, and I understand if we can't get it consented to today because sometimes people need a little bit of time to think about something after they see the proposal for the first time. But let's see how far we can go. What we've learned in the last few years at Gimbalabs is that content creation, especially when you're building a course where you really want people to learn something, it's always a bottleneck. And we know that Cardano development docs are scarce. They're often falling out of date, expensive to keep it up. But we have built some expertise in this over the last few years. We built a team to update PPBL 2024, to update it again for 2025. We've started to iterate on some other courses like the Aiken PBL. Now we have a chance to really focus on another course that's kind of been left out, the Cardano Go PBL, and to update it specifically because we have a really exciting project that we want new developers to be able to start contributing to. The project is just one component of a larger Catalyst Fund 13 proposal, DNS marketplace powered by Cardano and Handshake blockchains. And Adrian, who's here, and Mix, who many of you know, have already been working on this with Blink Labs. There's one milestone 4 of this proposal, where there's a specific deliverable, and that's a CLI for interacting with the broader DNS system that Blink and Mix, Adrian, the Handshake crew, that everybody's collaborating to build. And we would love to onboard some developers to build this. We'll partner up with the experts and, most importantly, practice using the course content to make sure it's good enough to bring people into this project so that they can start contributing. So the proposal is first to update the course and then to use it to onboard developers to build a CLI, by the way, command line interface, right? It's just a program that you're going to interact with from your terminal window instead of from like a graphic UX, okay? If you ever played with Cardano CLI, right? You know, Cardano-CLI build transaction. So that's what we need to do for this system. Go is actually a really good programming language for building a CLI. There's some nice libraries for it. It's a delightful experience, and if you've never done it before, this would be a really cool opportunity. If I can only speak for myself, I guess, but I felt like I had a superpower when I finally was able to write my own command line tools because I was like, now I'm really in there. Go empowers people to do that. So why it matters, Go is everywhere. It was designed by Google. It's the language that Kubernetes is built in. It's used in enterprise applications at scale. And Blink Labs has been leading the way, right? This is their vision. They know that for Cardano to be hooked up to existing systems, Go libraries are essential. You can't integrate with a lot of enterprises if you don't have this. So Blink Labs is leading this. They're good friends of ours. We've collaborated in the past. That's how we built the first draft of the Cardano Go PBL course. And I think it's time for Gimbalabs to build up its Go literacy, just like we've done with TypeScript over the last few years. There's going to be a marketplace connecting the handshake way of doing things and Cardano smart contracts. There's work that maybe you've seen on social media that Cardano Foundation is doing to secure the .cardano and .ada domain names via ICANN. And this gives us a really exciting opportunity to be right in the middle of that work, building useful tools. This is the link to the existing Go PBL course. I'm not in a web browser right now, so I'm not going to click on it, but you can follow this to see the current state. And here's what I would hope to achieve with this proposal. 2 months from now, we'd have an updated version of the course live. And then in the first half of 2026, at least 5 developers would work through the course, and at least 2 of them would contribute to the CLI. The more the merrier, but this gives us a baseline to assess the success. We deliver the CLI in April 26 according to the Catalyst milestones. Along the way, we think about this content bottleneck. This part's really exciting to me, to come together as a team inside of Gimbalabs, not only to update this content, but to think about what we've all been learning by playing with different agentic systems and see if we can do something to speed up content development. It gives us another just avenue to explore as Gimbalabs, right? We're still a loose collective, but by no means a sustainable business. So this is another thing to play around with, and hopefully we can, be a great team together. Here's the phases. As soon as we get this consented to, I would love just to audit what's there and bring a few people together to start working on this. Update the course in December through mid-January for a release on or about January 15th. And then once the course is out there, launch the project of CLI development, but first and foremost by inviting new people to come contribute to it. And so really, if this means hosting live coding sessions, that would be in the scope of this proposal. We need a content team to update the course and to run some experiments. Eventually, we'll have new developers. This is not part of the funding here, but I'll get to that in just a minute. And we'll have advisors. Adrian, I didn't have a chance to talk to you about this yet. So hopefully we'll connect on this later. But I'll be working on the content side. We have Chris able to help with anything related to Go and Mix as well. And then Mix and Adrian know the on-chain system well enough to help other people understand it too. So what's exciting is that we already have the Catalyst funds for the project itself, right? So we don't need additional rewards for the new devs, but we do need a budget to update the course, right? And I guess that's down below. So impact and benefits. Yeah, I want us to have projects. We've gotten pretty good at writing courses, but what we haven't yet had is a very clear opportunity where we say to prospective developers, look, here's this project. Actually, no, we have had this, right? Asteria did this essentially. but this gives us kind of like a public release of a very specific utility that I think is really exciting. And I want to have more experiences like you guys had with Asteria last year. We can build up some expertise. We can address the content bottleneck. I've already said those things. And I think we have some unique capabilities for this. Evaluation criteria, I mentioned this stuff already. The CLI functionality itself, it's fairly straightforward. You need to be able to register a new top-level domain if you own the Handshake domain. You need to be able to mint a second-level domain. So, right, let's say I own the top-level domain Gimbalabs, right? .gimbalabs. I want to be able to register my ownership of that, and then I want to be able to mint James.Gimbalabs as a Cardano NFT. And then once I have it, I want to be able to configure a DNS record that points to that name. Okay. We'll update the methodology of content creation and hopefully share that with some other projects. And yeah, we'll have to report back to everybody here. There's the timeline again. Budget, the going rate for updates to a course is 20,000 ADA. This is what we used for the Ludus PBL updates. And so this would allow a team to come together and not only get expert advice. I would spend time leading the team and probably writing some of the content. And I'm inviting at least 2 people to be on the team delivering the content. This investment of 20K ADA from the Gimbalabs treasury would then unlock the ability to use the Catalyst rewards to onboard new contributors to teams. So that's the idea. Yeah, what clarifying questions do you have?
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, James. Does anybody have any burning questions off the top before we get into a round?
So
Yeah,
go
I
ahead,
didn't
go ahead.
know I didn't know we could do that. We can get paid for doing course stuff. That's dope. Or is
Yeah,
this stuff
man.
that's already like slotted from previous Catalyst funds, like you had mentioned?
No, I'm asking for Gimbalabs to pay some people to write course content.
Where did you guys settle on that 20,000 ADA number?
It's the emergent number for
Okay,
previous
gotcha.
projects. Yeah.
Gotcha. No, that's dope. What I got later on, you might want to tap in with me about later. So
Yeah.
All
I
right.
love what I'm hearing. But this sounds great. I like that. We need more Go language stuff. Thank you.
So
Perfect.
James,
Perfect.
you asked for contributors, no? So what skill set would you say, like, do they need to have to help you with this?
Yeah, I mean, what I would like speaking very broadly, anybody who's worked on the PPBL course or the Aiken course in the past, there's nobody who I wouldn't want working on that stuff again if you were interested. Even you guys who were working on the Asteria stuff, there was some really nice documentation expertise there. And, there's not a big difference between writing a lesson and writing great documentation. That said, because the agentic experiment is part of this, right? It's no longer true that you have to be, even fluent in English, right? And if you doubt your skills as a writer in any way, but want to get better at it and want to play with these tools, we should talk. I would love to have people on the team who know a good lesson when they read it, but they want to get better at writing those lessons. Yeah, Andrew.
Hi, James. Yeah, it's a really good proposal. Well, you probably know I'm doing a fair bit in Go at the moment, so the proposal is very interesting to me. One, as a developer, and two, as potentially being helping with the content. Yeah, just with my experience with Go, it's a really good language. I'm doing a bit with transaction building with Apollo, which is really fun. But needs developers, so similar. I guess my question was, in terms of time, how much time do you think is going to be required for a week in terms of the content creation team?
If it's me and 2 other people, and I was hoping you would speak up because I think we could move really fast on this. I think 10 hours a week is generous, and we can probably get away with, 5 or 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
5 to 10 hours. Yeah.
Right. Like the bulk of the time is going to be reading what's there, right? I don't think we have to build anything from scratch, but we do have to update dependencies, make sure that everything is representing how the libraries actually work, for example.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Go on,
Okay.
Emmanuel. Sorry.
Yeah, hi, James. Yeah, this is a very a good proposal in continuing the education. So yeah, my question was what you mentioned last in reading the code and code review, and also is it a prereq in understanding how Go language work, or is it just saying, oh, you want to write a course, or you need to know what's happening under the hood with Go language?
It's such a good question, right? And my answer would be different depending on who's asking it, but I know that you know how code works, right?
Yeah.
And so somebody like you, you're not learning development for the first time. You could be very valuable to this project because you'd be able to identify what's unique about Go, right? And if you're learning it and you get excited about something in it, it's likely that the thing you're excited about is going to excite another developer. And if we have that in a lesson, that's a great thing.
Yeah, sure. I'm absolutely down, you know. Yeah, I'm down for the project. Same as I'm
Nice.
Andrew.
Andrew, Emmanuel, can I write your names down here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have one more question, James.
Mhm.
So as far as the agent goes, it doesn't necessarily have to do with this course, right? It's a general agent that needs to be built, right? And
Yeah, I
do you,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, and it's partly built already. I know that I have plenty of notes that I'm already using informally. I bet some other people have some context files as well.
Mm-hmm.
The idea here is just to take a little bit of time to step back and gather what resources we have. But you can imagine a context repository that has some templates. Here
Uh-huh.
are like 5 different kinds of lessons that are common,
Uh-huh.
and it has some exemplars, right? We can show it some of our favorite Aiken or PPBL lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can start to train it a little bit more so that we have something really specific and that feels valuable to us, right? And so whatever we did there, this would give us a chance to kind of test it in practice. And then we could just share that back with this team right here and see if anybody wants to pick it up and try it on the next experiment.
Okay, perfect. So can I also like jump in with Emmanuel and Andrew? You said 2 to 4 people.
Be fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely think the that agent part with Harsha. Harsha has a couple experiences already building how we build our tweets, and seems like there's another one. Um, but yeah, that would be a good addition.
Amazing. Newman, do you want me to write you down here? And listen, everybody, if you're not on this list, we're still going to hold open meetings, so you can drop
Yeah,
in.
exactly. Exactly. I think I'm in that zone for the moment. I'm it's just like it's I was like, oh, do we have opportunity for people? We've got 16 people here. I was like, oh, do we need projects? And now we've got projects. So yeah, I feel like we're gonna be on it. Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
those are great rounds of questions. Go ahead.
And one thing Harsha and I talked about earlier today is how do people qualify to join this content team, right? And this is part
Yeah.
of the moment we're in right here is I already know you guys and we've already worked together, right? Uh, with or without me. And we already have relationships. I think we already trust each other to start building or refining this course together. But it would be really cool to have like a Gimbalabs content coach or content facilitator credential. So not scoped in this proposal, and I don't think it needs to be funded. I'd like to throw together with anybody who's interested a course module inside of getting started at Gimbalabs that just shows people the basics about how we write content here and helps them get started on that. But that's
Oh
yeah,
man.
that's
Yeah.
informal to do. I'll follow up with people to get feedback on that as we go.
Well, and then looking for other questions, and you can raise hands, and Harsha, look for that while this is exactly why I joined Gimbalabs. This in my mind, if you could go back a couple of years and be like, okay, hey, I think about being, coming consistently to meetings, and it was about supporting students and writing courses in this developer thing. It's interesting because I think the 45B you know, uh, is that sort of same thing on the non-technical side, which I feel comfortable in. And it might be a nice sort of like, hey, see what's on the other side. But we've got a good balance between, um, you know, technical and non-technical. I feel really good about this.
Well, I
Are
wasn't going to
we?
ask
Yeah,
for consent, but now that we have these three people in here, I'd like to ask for it. Would it be
yeah.
possible to do that?
Absolutely. And so while we do the consent, just to refresh, we're looking, it's not like, hey, I support it. It's not like a vote. It's not a vote. We're not voting on this proposal. We're looking for improvements, like, hey, could it be changed in this way? Uh, or safety. Hey, is this safe? Is this not in alignment with our driver, replicable safe spaces for solving problems? And I think the DNS and Go, and the way that you've explained it, has really highlighted that. Like this is an opportunity, and that you've addressed any kind of risks. I think that yeah, et cetera, et cetera. I feel ready for a round. Do you all feel ready for a round? And we'll start with Harsha.
I feel pretty good about this proposal, so no objection from my side.
No objections. All right. Adrian and then Ahmed.
Consent to it.
Feels no. Okay. What did he say? What did you say, man? Couldn't hear. Yeah.
Consented.
Consented. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. And Ahmed and then Andrew. Ahmed, you're on mute or can't hear you. We can pass and then maybe we'll swing back to you if you come back in, Ahmed. Andrew and then Aomi.
Definitely no problems for me. That sort of
Cool.
interests me on multiple facets. So yeah, I'm more than happy to be involved.
Beautiful. Aomi, what do you think? You might be listening in. Also going to check the chat. Okay, Emmanuel, I imagine you're pretty good.
Yeah, sure. All good on my side. Yeah.
Perfect. Gideon and then Jethro.
Yeah, sounds good.
Excellent, Gideon. Jethro and then Lewis.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. So I have one question though, not really a question. I don't know if it's going to be like the PBL video update stuff. Like, would there be a role for video editor, something like that?
Ooh, great question. And let's answer at the end of the round. Let's answer at the end of the round. Lewis and then Lucas.
Thank you, Newman. Other than I would love to be a part of this, I have no objection.
Okay, perfect. And Lucas.
So obviously I don't have any objections. I just meant to say even earlier that I'm really happy to see how methodic and progressing you've become. So congrats for the process. And also, as you know, I've worked in Maestro, and there we were articulating with Gimbal with Blink, and we also founded CPIA, which has been hibernated. So I'm really happy to see you guys collaborate with Blink. I think they're rock stars. Very happy.
Nice. Good for the collab with Blake for sure. And thanks, Lewis. Nelson and then Sam. Nelson gives a thumbs up. And Sam, thanks, Nelson. Sam, what do you think?
I'm all in.
No, sorry, no
He's all in.
objections.
And Seb is here. Did anybody else come in that wants to jump
Ayomi
in
and Ahmad like consented in the chat.
in the chat? Yeah. I feel like, hey, there's no reason, the consent process can happen fast. Like the risks are low, the opportunity is great. So I feel like this is a consented proposal. Harsha, you seeing the way I see it?
But I still think the question needs to be answered. Does the proposal still need editors or something like that?
Oh, right. That one question from Jethro.
That's right. So the proposal doesn't scope video for now. What we did with PPBL is we made video a separate proposal after getting the content up to date. So I think it would be great to follow this one with some video content, but for now we're going to start with the written content.
Okay.
Just a heads up, James, that would go in you guys' module on how you guys build modules, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
what that process and the steps are like. So I'm
Exactly.
taking notes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, one of my favorite things where I'd really love to get a team of editors is just the most efficient way to build a great video for a lesson is to run a live coding session. However, it's not the most efficient way to consume the lesson, right? And so if we had a team of editors who could take a 90-minute live coding and turn it into a 12-minute high impact video, that would be a really exciting team to build here.
So the editors also need to be developers, I'm assuming.
Somehow, right? They need to know enough. Yeah. And like you guys led the way with like those Datum Don's shorts were, I think, a really good example. Those were so great. But in a similar way, right? I find that if I sit to make a 12-minute video on my own, it takes me 5 hours. It ruins the whole day because you just want to be perfect, right? But if you do a live coding session, it's good enough. Good stuff happens. It's authentic, right? Real questions come up, but most people can't then sit through that. So I think this could be a future proposal. If this lights anybody up, Jethro, if this gets you excited, let's build a proposal for something like this.
Absolutely. Yep. And it is like it is a skill set that's unique, and a real great opportunity. Yeah, especially with all the agentic stuff that's going on. Yeah.
Andrew has
All right.
his hand up.
Andrew.
Yeah, so just absolutely on the back of what James just said. So the second half of the PBBL course needs new videos.
Oh yeah.
and that is what James says about the live coding session. Again,
It's always out of date.
100% agree. And those definitely a couple of those final modules would benefit really well from some live coding sessions. I'm not putting my hand up for that. It needs a new proposal, like he says. And in doing the first proposal, being part of it, I realized I'm probably not a video creator or editor, but definitely Gimbalabs needs that. And I think that'd be a great place to start for a sort of new team to take that on, if anybody wanted to make the proposal.
Nice. Absolutely.
It's like our roadmap is being built right before our eyes. It's very
There's
exciting.
an emergent roadmap coming in. It's just highlighting itself out. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Well, cool. If we're consented to this, you can see, there's so many dates. Yeah, here, November 17th, right? That is the second Monday from now, 11 days from now. I'll ping this list of people in the Gimbalabs Discord on November 17th. Okay. Before that, I'll make sure to draft a module in the Getting Started at Gimbalabs course around content creation, just to ask you guys for initial feedback. It's not going to be the final thing, but just to give us a little something to build from. and then we can move 20K ADA from the Gimbalabs treasury into a content creation treasury for this project. Okay, and then we'll build from there. So no action
Excellent.
needed today. Phase 0 commences in a week and a half.
10 days. Yep. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. Let's I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna go over here. Wow, look at what we've done. We've consented to two pretty significant proposals. I want to keep going down our list. We can close these by doing this and close these by doing this. And is Alex about? He put this one in. He's not around. I'll just show it really quick. It's like content creation and doing like a shared blog about this in working with the civics committee and governance education frameworks. I encourage you to take a look at this. I'll drop the chat in or the link in the chat, and we can bring it up at the next time when Alex is here. He's in Vietnam, and it might be late there. He also says that sometimes it rains, and it's loud on his roof. So let me put this in the chat over here. And we can go on to the next one. Oh, okay, here's my chat. And back to our tractor. Gideon. Hey, Gideon, you're here. Do you want to spend a few minutes, even just, we've got about 10 minutes. Will take us to 48, like 20 minutes in the whole session. We like to have a couple minutes to say goodbye. Gideon, what do you think?
Give us an overview of what you have in mind, Gideon.
All right. Okay. Hello, everyone. So, yeah, my project is so I think you're sharing the screen of
Yeah.
Cardano EduSpace, Cardano EduSpace onboarding and updates. So the idea behind this project, I came up with this idea because of the last meeting we had concerning the which space is F14 proposal. So that's what made me to come up with this. And yeah, it's basically a space. Okay, the plan is to like hold spaces where we'll be educating and onboarding people into the Cardano ecosystem. So we're going to start from the basics of Cardano and we'll gradually dive into more technical aspects. And yeah, so I didn't really know that. I think something similar to this has already come up, the business stuff for entrepreneurs. I didn't know that something like that would be coming up, honestly, but I just drafted out the old stuff. And yeah, so but let me just talk about it for a little bit. So yeah, so the plan was to educate and onboard people into Cardano ecosystem using an open space, using a space where we'll be hosting weekly meetings, and it was basically tailored for those who are non-technical, just like the other business stuff. Yeah, and non-technical people, this space is it's planned to be a space for like non-technical people where we'll talk about like onboarding people into Cardano, like everything you need to know about the Cardano ecosystem, building foundational knowledge, and talking about the most recent updates, developments going on in Cardano, and yeah, just all things Cardano. So the outcome is to educate people weekly. Then participants will gain foundational knowledge concerning Cardano ecosystem, a consistent, open, and interactive community learning environment. Attendees will stay informed about the new Cardano ecosystem developments and increase community participation through quizzes and incentives. So yeah. So the plan was that I'll be hosting it and facilitating it with a couple of people. I spoke with Ahmed earlier. I was also planning to like facilitate this space with Ayomi, but seems like she's already she'll be taking on the other one, but I don't know how it can go, Sha. But yeah, so we'll have brief lecture. This is a breakdown of the like meeting. So brief lecture, 20 to 25 minutes, covering a specific Cardano concept or two. So yeah, each in each meeting we're going to be talking about a specific topic. So maybe the theme of the first meeting or one meeting we'll be talking about maybe Cardano CIPs or just stuff about Cardano to like educate people more about Cardano on ecosystem highlight as well, updates on new development proposals or projects. Yeah. So we'll also talk about things going on in the Cardano space, you know, in Cardano ecosystem. For example, like the current Cardano summit coming up, we'll talk about stuff like that. And also the Fund 15 for Project Catalyst. Talking about like just stuff going on, updates going on in the Cardano ecosystem. Yeah. And also interactive quizzes. So these quizzes will be linked to the lectures. So the purpose of this quiz is to like engage more people or um to 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 engage more people to join the space. So at the end of the quizzes, they'll be getting a little bit of reward, the winner of the quiz. So yeah, then we'll have open question and answer and discussion. Just a space to like educate people and talk about Cardano in essence. So yeah. All the
Okay.
details are here. So I don't know. Okay, yeah. Yeah, all the
Oh, let's
details
get
are
down.
here.
Yeah. Let's
Can just go through it.
this.
So if there are any
Mhm.
questions.
Yeah, there maybe go through this part because part of the consent is to ask for like the things that you're asking from the community. And generally that's a little bit of funding, like financial resources, and then also human resources or opportunity for people to work. You want to go through this part?
Okay, yeah, so I was planning to facilitate it with like two other people. So it would be I was planning for it to be me, Ayomi, and Hamed facilitating the entire space. So yeah, and the facility if you can you go down a little bit.
Sure.
I think there's a breakdown somewhere.
Project task?
Oh, no. I don't think. Can you go back up? I wrote some breakdown.
Like
Okay, yeah,
here
okay.
for
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, this is it. So we'll be designing um content design, like we'll be creating slides, educative slides, presentations, and materials for the entire program. Then we'll also be hosting quiz and yeah. I initially planned to you know to kind of integrate the Node application. If you know, yeah, you guys judged the previous hackathon we had. Yeah, so I plan to integrate it into the quizzes, but I'm still currently developing it. So I don't know how it will go right now. But if we could develop it before the whole program starts, then we could use Noda to like host the quizzes and for participation. And yeah. So yeah, that's it. This is
No,
not a
I hate to jump in, but as a part of the hackathon, and Gideon, was this your project?
yeah, that was my project.
Absolutely phenomenal. And I feel like even just this part of it, and it's a quiz game show, and I could show the video, but trust me when I tell you, like it's like a full featured ADA quiz show that you can earn real ADA rewards. It's stubbed out all the validators. It's really, really wonderful. So I just want to say that the there are plenty, but anyway, I just want to say that this is like a real deal already, a big part of this component. Yeah, so we'll go back from there.
Yeah, so yeah, the breakdown, yeah, that's basically the breakdown, the stuff we'll be providing, the content and everything and management. So yeah, that's
And also because following the course that you did with Blockprint and the education initiative over the summer, they had
yeah.
Wednesday quiz day on the Discord. And I think that this quiz app came out of the sort of tension beyond that because you were doing it on Discord and it was like all this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
this whole group and it was so much fun, so much like happy community building because they would, you guys would just like it was like a quiz show and it's just like trivia night. It's so fun, so good. So if you could foster that type of facilitation, that would be really a benefit. Because you've given a good presentation, I think we know we still got about 5 minutes or so before we start having to wrap up. Do we want to do a little question round, and we can do it by raising the hands if Harsha minds the chat, and we can just keep up with this sort of consent process. And again, we're looking for
James had his hand up before.
yeah.
Oh no, I just said it in the chat. Like a trivia night local state would be a really fun thing to build.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And that's sort of like one of those good enough for now. Like, hey, this proposal, like, can it be improved? Is there an objection? And then safe enough to try. So safe enough we can maybe talk about like that. Hey, do we have enough? Like we had said, oh, Aomi might be a good one, but she's committed, or at least there's the opportunity for another type of facilitation with this the director in the 45B project. Any questions for Gideon here?
So I have a question in general. I mean, I'm all down for the trivia nights because I think a Web3 trivia night would be fantastic. But for the rest of the stuff, I'm not too sure. I mean, it's a little bit vague for me because it's like we'll get people into the Web3 space, like that kind of thing. It's a little bit vague, but the trivia is what excited me personally.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, can I kind of echo off
Yeah,
of that? Oh, somebody else had their hand up. My bad.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I really like the idea, Gideon, for sure. But I agree with Harsha on one part. We need to kind of better identify like what the KPIs would be for this. Like, being that this is coming from Gimbalabs, it's probably also easier to limit the KPIs to like how many people can we bring into Gimbalabs, right? Rather than like having to measure on-chain activity and then like how do we know if somebody we bring into one of these spaces stays around in Cardano and like, what I'm saying? It's really hard to measure that sort of KPI in general. But we could definitely count heads in these sort of meetings, right? Or like, how many people have touched bases on the Endamio platform, et cetera, right? So there's ways we can do this, I think, in a limited scale that would kind of alleviate maybe Harsha and my concerns with that. Yeah, no, I love the idea though.
yeah. It's a nice idea, but one of the questions I would ask myself if I were Gideon, would be where would I be getting the people I would be talking to or speaking to non-technical guys? How do I get them? And one question is and also like being specific on what to be discussed. Yeah, so I think that is really, really important. All right, yeah, so yeah, and I think I didn't have the opportunity to discuss the overall hackathon project submitted for the African Education Initiative. It would have been nice. Maybe that might happen next week.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jethro did like a quick, I mean, he was your substitute for like a week, but we can definitely do it next week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That'd be good.
nice. All right.
Cool.
James, go ahead.
Yeah, I love this proposal and I really want it to happen. I think it's a reasonable amount of funding to keep doing experiments about how we connect with people. I think it's great for R&D, community building, and all of that. What I notice is that there seems to be a little bit of overlap with what you're all trying to do and what Lucas is doing, for example, with 45B. And so I wonder how you would feel about adding something to this proposal. Maybe a KPI would be that people who, some people who go through this workshop series, they graduate and they go to the 45B workshop series where they take it up another level. Or maybe they come to a live coding session because they're a developer. I would love to see what you're doing as an entry point. And like Sam just mentioned, right? Like maybe this leads people to a next step of a little bit deeper engagement. So yeah, if there's a way just to indicate that, or at least for you all to share with each other, right, what you're learning and for us to make sure that between the 45B and this work right here, those lines of communication are open.
That's actually, yeah, that's exactly right. That coordinating the effort. And that's one of the reasons why, hey, guess what? This is one of the reasons why we do these open governance sessions and that we have all of our projects out on this beautiful board, the emergent sort of roadmap and path. Lucas, hey, you want to jump in on that?
Yeah, I think what James just said makes total sense. And one thing that challenge that I've had is to be in Cardano, to be teaching people, welcoming people to Cardano, but I'm also mostly welcoming them to Web3. So when it comes to specific Cardano things like governance, stake pools, navigation, and all those things, it's good to have this space where I direct people in the opposite sense of what you just said. So if your participants would be interested to study a business model or to understand a bit more like pre-technical concepts, like what's an NFT under your hood, JPEG, and all that. Otherwise, they could come technically to Gimbalabs if they want more technical. But yeah, we could, for example, looking at book.io, we're planning to help people also to connect using Polygon or something like that. Just because it's, yesterday I was going over the A16Z State of Web3 report. When we go through a chains screen, Cardano is not even mentioned in there. So it's a bit like I need to acknowledge to my learners that there are other chains in there or out there. So yeah, thanks.
Excellent. Yeah. That's cool. Okay, as we wind down, it feels like, ooh, and somebody just dropped a bunch on the chat here. What's this all about? Oh, that's our fireflies. As we wind down, it feels like we've gotten some good feedback. I don't want to rush consent. I feel like there could be some changes that you can make. Gideon, how do you feel about that? Was this good feedback for you? And is there stuff that you want to make a change and maybe we'll come back?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I've got questions down, so I'll look into the questions and I'll see what I can change and improvements and make to the proposal.
Yeah, and reach. Yeah, well, this is in the Notion, and we can do that. And also, like, if you work on it, please post on the Discord and let us know what you're changing. I think what I heard was, like, yes, let's do. I want to see a quiz night. I would love to see the quiz night hooked up to Andamio. I would love to sort of join. I don't know. I love the economics of it, and I think wouldn't that be cool if a part of these X spaces that there's like a quiz, and some way to sort of engage in an economic thing. The way you guys have done it before was so much fun. And yeah, so I'm also very happy with this proposal. All right. Wow. Look at us. Like we see the 90 minutes coming at us. We've got a few more minutes to say goodbye. I do want, as a part of the recording, commenting on the video, liking the video, sharing the video is something that people do on YouTube. It is a way that you can participate. If you would like to come, you can join our Discord. The link's there in the description. We're friendly, we're happy, we're good folk. Please contribute however you like. And Sam, I see you got your hand up.
Oh yeah, Newman. I was just gonna see if maybe we had time, either towards the end of the recording or after you guys end the recording, so I can kind of throw some shit. I mean, throw some stuff on y'all's plate. My apologies. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That is a beautiful motion to do. I think we can stop our recording. The note takers might still be around. But Harsha, what do you think?
Oh, for sure.
And
Yeah.
this is incentive to like, hey, come and join the Zoom. All right, bye everybody. We'll see you next time.
Am I stopping the recording?
And then you can stop the recording. Yeah.
Okay, cool.